Hey guys, Andrew here with Nashville Severe Weather. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for Davidson and Williamson counties. So you can see here on the radar screen the yellow polygon that has come up. And that's a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued for western Williamson County, southwestern Davidson County. That's until 1:45 in the morning. And this is for a severe thunderstorm that was located 8 miles south of Burns and moving east at 55 miles an hour. So they must be looking at Burns is right in here in eastern Dixon County, so 8 miles south of that. That's this core right here. And I'm looking, the hail's not all that big. Let's look here. Okay, here's velocities. This is what they're looking at here. This is some high velocity wind being indicated by radar, and that's at about 63, 64 miles an hour at about 2,600 feet. And the Weather Service just now putting a note here saying that the core of the winds in southeastern Dixon County prompted the warning. So this is a wind severe thunderstorm warning, and they said that TBNA radar, which is in Nolensville, gets a good read on winds at most of the time, and it's showing approximately 50 knots plus at about 1,900 feet above the ground. So the core will head to western Williamson County next. So we'll see how much of this actually reaches the surface. The weather balloon this evening actually showed a pretty stable layer of air not too far off the surface, and so sometimes that can inhibit and keep the strongest winds off the ground, and that'd be nice if we didn't have to deal with those strong winds hitting the ground. Let's go back to the reflectivity and you kind of see what's going on. Now, those of you up here in western Davidson County, just west of downtown, you're getting quite a downpour, and those of you that have been been woken up by the lightning and thunder and that kind of thing, you're getting really, really heavy rain now just west of downtown crossing into 440. That's not really what this warning is for. This is for an area of wind out there with the storm that doesn't look quite as impressive on radar, but on the velocities, though, it's a little bit brighter here. So you got these blues and light blue colors. Those are the higher velocity winds. So again, looking here at about 64 miles an hour, that's at about 2,600 feet up. So that can certainly blow some things around, and we'd love to have your reports on this, because it's going to be really interesting to see if these are reaching the surface. Somebody there in Hickman County actually right now putting a note in chat, in NWS chat here, saying this person is right there where it's indicating the strong winds. Not noticing them, though. It's not very windy there at the surface. So again, that'd be great. And the weather balloon this evening showed, at least gives us some reason to believe that those winds might not reach the surface as strongly as radar might indicate. So this certainly is an abundance of caution warning here just west of Fairview, and we'll see if those winds actually reach the ground here shortly. Let's see. What are your comments here? 0.72 of rain in about 20 minutes through Bellevue. Yes, man, these things are dropping a lot of rain. So this cell that just went through Bellevue, which is not the subject of the severe thunderstorm warning, however, it is dropping a lot of rain and quite a bit of lightning too as well. And that's pushing off to the east and will affect areas like B&A Airport up toward Hermitage and Madison as that pushes off to the east. So the main focus right now, and if you're waking up because of lightning and thunder in West Nashville, that is definitely a noisy storm moving east. The subject of the warning is out here in northeastern Hickman County, southeastern Dixon County, and will be entering Williamson here shortly. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and fire up another radar here. It's actually the radar they were using when they issued the warning, so let me pull that up, and we'll look and see what it's saying. So again, it's 1:21 in the morning, and so if you're waking up watching this, let me share with you kind of what we got going on. So I'm going to pull up a different radar here. Let's see. All right, let me transition this over. So that looks a lot of the same as what you were just looking at. So, because it's actually the same radar. Let me switch to the one in Nolensville, and let's take a look at what's going on TBNA. Weather Service is considering canceling this early if they don't get evidence that these are reaching the ground, that these winds are actually reaching the ground. So we're switching over here to TBNA to see what it shows. Takes just a second to switch over. There we go. So yeah, TBNA is reading a little lower, and it's not nearly as impressive on the wind velocities. So it's showing that there are maybe some higher wind velocities at about 57 miles an hour at about 1,500 feet. 57 would not be considered severe. Anything 58 and above is severe. So it's marginal on the winds there. That's on TBNA radar located in Nolensville, shooting back out to the west. So again, if you're just joining us here, we got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, at least for the next few minutes, while they take a look at the data as they sort of decide whether to keep this warning going right now. That's exactly what they're doing over at the Weather Service right now, trying to see how long they're going to keep this in effect for. Because the winds, they say, it's kind of one of those marginal situations. There could be some damaging winds in it, but they're kind of waiting for some reports to see how strong or severe it might be. Let's go back to the radar in Old Hickory. And so if you're just joining us, we have the severe thunderstorm warning here until 1:45 in the morning. So we have a thunderstorm back in the Fairview area, and there's a lot of thunder and lightning there around 840 south of Fairview. And what we're looking at here is the velocity view, and so your greens and blues are going toward the radar site, which is up here in Old Hickory on the northeast side of Metro, and then the reds are going away from the radar. So all of this green and blue are winds going toward the radar, and up at about 2,100 feet. They're being measured at about 62 miles an hour using Doppler radar. So pretty strong winds up there, but that's pretty high. And so the question is, are those reaching the ground? And that's what they're gathering reports on right now. So good time to mention, if you do have any reports to send to us, please send us some reports. Let us know if you're getting some strong winds out there. If you especially live in Fairview or back to the west of Fairview, we're down around 840 where all the lightning strikes are. You're getting woken up down there probably by a bunch of noise, and or at least some heavy rain. It's pouring down there on 840, kind of between the Highway 100 exit and Pinewood Road and all that down there. A lot of lightning down there associated with that storm just south of Fairview. So, but we would like to have your reports, especially if you're seeing some wind out in that area. So shoot us a tweet. Use hashtag T-Spotter in your tweet, and let us know what you're seeing out there as far as wind goes, especially out in the western part of the county out there, where radar is indicating winds could be up around 60, 65 miles an hour, perhaps. If we're stretching it there, maybe 65 miles an hour. So we'll see. They're going to continue the warning. They've opted to continue the warning, at least for now, and that's going until 1:45. They just put out an update for this warning polygon right now. So who's in, who's out? It's always a question. So let's look at the polygon itself, and let me go back to reflectivity here. Tell you what, let me just turn the radar off. So we can see who's in, who's out. Bellevue is inside the polygon. Pasco, Forest Hills, you're right on the edge there on Hillsborough Road. Downtown Franklin and off to the north, including Hillsborough Road, Highway 96 going out west toward the Natchez Trace Bridge. Fairview's included there along Highway 100 down to 840, and that's the 840 exit there, and there's 840 goes around toward Boston. Leapers Fork is included back there around to Franklin and Cool Springs Galleria over in that area. So that's who's included in this warning, and that's until 1:45. So we'll see if they keep it going that long or not. Let's look at your questions here. Rumbling in Brentwood and Antioch. Here was a little bit of lightning through there a little bit ago. Passed through Goodlettsville, yes. Maybe some small hail, yep. Yeah, don't doubt that one up in Goodlettsville had some small hail a little bit earlier. In fact, it's being indicated on radar. Right after it passed through Goodlettsville, there was a little bit of hail indicated on radar there. Had some power outages up in the Baker community a little bit ago, just north of Goodlettsville. Some power outages up there. So it was a fairly strong storm that moved through Goodlettsville a little bit ago. Looks like some hail could be indicated on this cell that's been moving through Nashville. And tell you what we can do here. It's outside of the warning, but we could go look at the Oak Hill camera. and see if it's showing anything. It's actually right on the Oak Hill camera is actually right on the edge of this rain. So this is the Oak Hill camera there along Franklin Road, and you can kind of see the little bit of lightning there. Looks like I'm looking here at radar. It looks like they actually had a lightning strike very close to the camera site there along Franklin Road in Oak Hill. So a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder there, and could be some small hail. Radar's indicating, I'm looking here off screen at radar. Radar's indicating there in the Creve Hall area could be getting some 3/4 inch hail. Those have been shooting a little bit high. The radar indicated hail values tonight have been shooting a little high, so probably a little less than that, but that's could be getting some hail though. Let's see. Lots of rain in Sylvan Park. Is this it for tonight? No, probably some more rounds. Let me back out and show you. Let's go back to radar and let's look and see what's going on. We got more rain back to the southwest in Savannah, down in Hardin County, over in Selmer and McNairy County as well, and over there in Humphreys County, another little cell trying to pop up, and also down in Murray County. So we still got some rain, some storms. We kind of thought this might be an off and on thing tonight, and that's what it's looking like, just kind of one round after another. A lot of thunder in Joelton. So yeah, reading your comments there. So let's take a look at this severe thunderstorm warning one more time, because I think they're about to cancel it, and they just did actually. There it goes. So this severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled, and even though the winds, it's indicated on radar, could have some strong winds, 55 miles an hour or so there, but that's up aloft, and there's no evidence yet that any of those were reaching the ground. So they've gone ahead and canceled that warning. We're here in velocity mode on the radar, so looking at those velocities. So no evidence that those winds were reaching the ground. That's good news. So here's what to expect while we're here the rest of the night. We have some rounds of storms coming through. Let me put this in motion for us, and you can kind of see how these got going. Let me take the lightning square off of there. There we go. So you can kind of see on this time lapse how the storms progress, how they develop and have progressed through town here in the past few minutes. Had a brief severe thunderstorm warning there, and that has now been canceled, and as those storms push off to the east. So you can expect some hail with these storms tonight. It takes 1-inch diameter hail to be considered severe. So if you get penny-sized, dime-sized hail, it's going to sound awful on the roof. It probably will wake you up if that's falling from the sky and hitting the rooftop tonight, but it is not considered severe till it reaches quarter size or 1 inch in diameter, and so hopefully we don't get anything that big or bigger tonight, but you could hear some ice hitting the roof tonight. In the form of hail and certainly some thunder and lightning. All right, hey, we're going to jump off of here. It is 1:30 in the morning. Let's go to bed, and we'll jump back on here if anything else comes about that is severe overnight tonight. Hope you'll have a good night. It is not considered severe till it reaches quarter size or 1 inch in diameter, and so hopefully we don't get anything that big or bigger tonight, but you could hear some ice hitting the roof tonight in the form of hail and certainly some thunder and lightning. All right, hey, we're going to jump off of here. It is 1:30 in the morning. Let's go to bed, and we'll jump back on here if anything else comes about that is severe overnight tonight. Hope you'll have a good night.